Didn't he even do a movie a couple of years ago where he played himself and some rich guy wanted
amazing
to buy
movie.
him? I haven't seen it. Was it really
It's
good?
with Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. I love that. Pedro Pascal is great. American Treasure or Chilean Treasure. Is Pedro Pascal Chilean?
You have a computer in
Diego.
front of you.
The internet in here is terrible. I think Diego Luna is Chilean. Where is Pedro Pascal from? Oh, he is Chilean. It's eerie that I knew that. I think it's only because Daria was like, "Oh, he's from Chile," because she lived in Chile. So Chileans know Chileans. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to stop saying Chilean.
Do they Chile together?
Oh, did they Netflix in Chile? Welcome to the Geeky A Go-Go podcast, a podcast where we talk about all things geeky. Movies, TV shows, tech, comic books, cosplay, and more. If it has something to do with being a geek, well, we'll talk about it here. My name is Anthony Pizzuto. Let's get this party started. Joining me today in the on-site Rise and Shine Go-Go are the amazing talents of Chris Nitro, Eric Ho, and Timothy Boylan.
Thank you.
I was going to call
Appreciate
you
it.
Toots, but I didn't do it.
I thought the Chalamet was going to come out.
Timothy Boylan.
That actually has a nice ring.
It does have a nice ring, doesn't it?
It does.
So I really liked your work in Dune 3.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
I like how you say it's a nice ring because in my head, I got Chef Boyardee thing going in.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So Timothy Boylan.
Had to keep the Fremen, from...
You fed them with cans of old pasta.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I love old pasta. Why not? So, folks, we are back at the Rise and Shine, and we're not near the kitchen this time, although I feel like we are near the kitchen.
We're pretty close.
The whole place
we're
is
pretty
near the
close.
kitchen.
There's a little bit of a buffer, so hopefully you don't hear the chop, chop, chop of hash browns being fried up on a grill. And today we're dining on, I think we all have, except for Toots, breakfast quesadillas, some of the best breakfast quesadillas this side of Terrell Road in Union County. And Toots, what are you dining on over there? Lunch?
It's a burger club.
It's a burger club.
Yeah.
Is that an elite club?
It's a deconstructed burger club.
I just realized what you've done. Why did you do that?
There's a lot of bread. There's way too much bread on this thing.
So, folks that can't see this, it started as a typical club sandwich. It was stacked high with burger in between, and instead of ordering just a burger, he decided to make his own by deconstructing it entirely.
But look at how thick these
there's a
tomatoes
plate
are.
of tomato.
It's like the end of the tomato.
Well, he's going to eat around the little thing.
No.
I mean,
I
this
don't like
isn't
to
a
work for my food.
This isn't a 5-star restaurant. This is probably a 1-star on
Clearly.
on Yelp.
Half a disco ball.
Half a disco ball.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh my God! Well, we'll leave the trailer of Rise and Shine on our website. So, folks, it's today is Friday. How was your week? How's everything going? What's going on, Chris? Chris is wearing the loudest electrifying shirt I've ever seen in my life. I'm so taking a picture of this and posting it on the website, by the way. Chris, what have you been up to? Are you going to a tiki party or a luau or something?
No, I wore this shirt because Tim was supposed to bring samples from the same company because we wanted to place a new order, and he didn't.
Oh, wait, let me feel this.
No, you can't touch it. You already felt it, okay? You have the samples.
Hands off.
Go away.
Cosplay is not consent, Tim.
Me too.
This is a two consent state.
Oh my God. Okay.
So yes, this is a Jolly Roger Squadron, which is the TIE pilot detachment of the 501st Legion. They did this great tiki shirt, or tiki-like shirt. Mm-hmm. Comfortable, nice, button down.
Okay.
And so I wore it for that reason.
Nice.
It is a Friday.
It is a Friday.
So
Tiki Fridays.
and very warm. We're starting to get really good weather here in New Jersey.
I know. Are we all? Oh, I thought we were. I guess I'm the only one wearing shorts right now. Okay.
Oh, you're already gone full short. That's aggressive.
Well, you know what? I am forcing the weather. I'm gonna dress the where. What's Jimmy Buffett say? Go where the weather suits your clothes. Well, I'm wearing shorts, people. So I better go somewhere where my clothes are suited. What about you?
I thought you were gonna make like some reference around like Gretzky and puck and where it's going. And
You know I know nothing about sports, right?
I thought he was going the other way.
I know Gretzky was from a video game, right? NHL and Nintendo.
he was in video games.
Yeah, right, okay, got
The
it.
video game covers, I think. As a matter of fact.
right.
He's a real person.
He's a real person? He's a Canadian guy, right? Is he the one where everyone quotes him as saying, like, you miss all of the
Yes.
shots you don't take? Is that Wayne Gretzky?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things that need to be fact checked.
Yeah.
Like Confucius said. Did Confucius really say that?
Confucius actually said that one. That was Sigmund Freud.
We landed on the moon, Abraham Lincoln.
I was actually at a meeting at Facebook. They were having like a client day or something like that, and talking about like all the stuff that Facebook is up to. And they actually gave that quote on screen, and they attributed it to a football player. I think
Wow.
yeah. And I was like, wait a second, I think that's Wayne Gretzky.
So you do
What
know
do you
Wayne
know,
Gretzky.
Facebook?
You do know who Wayne Gretzky
I know him from like these stupid leadership books that where they're like, you know, you miss all the shots you can't take. Yeah. Look, I'm over it. I'm over
You know,
it.
what you just say is why we can't really rely on Facebook for information.
You mean
Right.
the internet isn't an
Right
honest
there.
source, an accurate source for info?
Yeah, but all
Wikipedia?
those PhDs are on Facebook. What are you talking about?
That is true.
You know,
that is
because
true.
we are at Radstown, we can do this.
Thanks, Tim. Now I have COVID.
I was going to go for an STD, but okay.
I was going to take it easy on him. So what about you, Mr. Ho, and your Plainfield curling club, not country club?
I gotta say, I started looking into it again. I've been reading this for a while, but wanted to get like a certified to do flying a drone, and then also get certified to operate a ham radio. And then I just realized I think Chris can do both. Can you do both?
No,
Are you legally to do anything?
I do hold a control tower operator certificate.
Does that let you fly?
No,
Wow. So you still have to take the test,
no.
which is probably easy for you.
It's definitely easier for me.
Yeah, because I was looking at like all these kind of maps again last night. I'm like, how do I know what class airspace this is? And
Yep.
I was like, Chris can probably just read that in his sleep. Anyways, I was looking at that this week also.
And ham radio, that's still a thing?
Yep,
Really?
There's a club in your town.
I know that.
Yeah.
And what is ham radio? That's like
It's just
CB.
amateur radio.
So you have a radio show? Are you like Jim Kerr?
You can
Eric
do
O,
like
Rock and Roll
you can
Morning
do
Show?
like shortwave.
Yeah.
I think it's more like a group chat.
It's like chat room. Like
A chat room. Okay. But instead of text, you're using your voice.
You can find the people meet at certain times and they check in with one. Look, listen, this is just preparing for when the world ends tomorrow.
Got it. Okay.
You know?
I
I
fully
still
support
think
this.
I still think he should get his exotic animal handler's
We'll
license.
set up
I actually have a friend who has one.
Because then we can get a kangaroo as a pet.
We really
pet-
don't
I
have the
actually
same
kind of
rule.
like that idea.
Because
My
you
kids
need a
would love it.
license in New Jersey to own a kangaroo.
Do you really?
Yes.
I will tell you guys.
Tim, your rights here.
I will tell you guys.
the
Cop
police
car
have
just
showed
pulled
up.
in.
Yeah, right.
So I will tell you. When I lived in Texas and I had to bring my turtle in to see the exotic pet, I was asking the nurse there. I was like, "Hey, look, so like, what kind of exciting animals did you have?" And then they tell me a few, and they're like, "Yeah, just this week, someone brought in their kangaroo because the kangaroo apparently jumped off the couch weird." And like I think had a fracture or dislocated something, and I was like, "This is the weirdest, most Texan thing I've heard." Like someone's kangaroo in their house.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, didn't you take it to a zoo? Didn't you have to take it to a zoo?
No. It was a vet who also, I think, help out at the zoo at times.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so that's what I was looking into this week of picking up again. I feel like it's just one of those, Chris, I need to sit down and just be like focused and just pay attention for a bit and study before I can go and take that test.
I had a friend, so he had his exotic animal handler's license in Oklahoma, and he would import everything from, I think he imported a tiger once or something like that. Like he imported all kinds
For the
of
Tiger
crazy.
King?
He knew him. He knew the Tiger King guy. That was a TV show, right? Yeah, he knew that guy. Yeah, but he, and then through a series of unfortunate events, he doesn't do it anymore. He didn't lose any limbs from the tiger.
Was he eaten by the tiger?
He was.
Is that why he
eaten-
doesn't do it anymore?
He was eaten by the tiger. He imported a baby shark, and the shark ate him.
There's lots of other cool licenses.
Did the
too.
baby
There's-
shark do?
Yeah. So hold on, before we go into that though, ham radio. What would your handle be?
I don't think you can pick a handle.
You can't. You can't
I
be
think
like
you-
You can pick an ID.
There's a
Breaker,
I think there's
breaker.
a call sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your call sign?
I don't know. I need to figure it out.
What about you? What would if you were a ham radio operator? What would your call sign be?
No idea.
Seriously, guys, you haven't been
No.
like fantasizing about this? Toots, you must have one.
I guess it would have to be Toots.
Thank you for playing along.
Right.
See, at least he's trying.
No, because I don't. I mean, I wonder if
Chris's
they're
would be,
like
I don't
naming.
know. We could just be.
Breaker 19. I don't know here.
I mean, the obvious thing is Nitro, right? But like, is it back in like the AOL days where everyone had to like add numbers to their usernames and stuff like that because there's like a billion
Like my
Nitros out there?
ICQ, my ICQ number.
Yeah. So that's like I don't have enough information to give a good answer.
That's
of
what
my
I'm saying.
handle
I feel like I need. Maybe it's like a. Maybe a call sign is not as exciting as you're
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
about.
Is
What
there
about
a-
like? See, but have you ever heard of C.W. McCall's song "Convoy"?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Pigpen this year's rubber duck. Breaker 19.
Yeah.
Pigpen this year's rubber duck. What's your 20?
It's a the Simpsons references that.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, Bart does that whole thing.
Oh my
I
God,
one of the episodes.
that's awesome.
So yeah, like I guess I don't know what the decorum is.
It's fun. By the way, it's funny you brought up Bart because I'm on a group chat with a bunch of with someone else, and he was like, "Yeah, my kid just asked me this morning what dough means and where it comes from. Like dough.
G'_OH.
Are the Simpsons still on air?
Yeah.
Well, I guess just adult men child watches
Well,
now.
I mean, I don't. We had to like scramble and get live TV for the Oscars.
The series The Simpsons was renewed through 2025.
But is it like only on Disney Plus now?
Fox?
Yeah, or is it Hulu?
Probably Hulu.
Well, it's-
You can
The
watch it on
Simpsons
Fox.
The Simpsons are on Disney Plus.
You can watch it on Fox, Disney Plus, Hulu, and then you can obviously pay for it.
Episodes, yeah.
Episodes. But yeah, Fox,
So I mean,
Hulu,
in
and
terms
Disney
of
Plus.
live TV, like yes, it was renewed, but was it renewed for a streaming service or was it renewed for actual broadcast Fox? I don't know.
Toots, what's going on? How was your week? What'd you do? What's
was
wildly
good.
crazy in the world of Toots?
Dude, it's been like amazingly warm this week.
That's awesome.
And as you can see, I am in full motorcycle gear. So
Yeah,
Which
clearly,
is somewhat
amazingly-
contradictory. You say
I
you're
have been
warm, but it's wearing
it's
a
not
lot.
amazingly obvious to the viewer or the listeners, I should say. But
When
it's
it's
been incredibly warm. It's been beautiful. Rode the bike here today.
When it's amazingly warm out, I also put on a leather jacket.
That's what I was
Yes.
saying. Listen, it's good to be safe, so I'm with you, Mr.
Yeah.
Boylan.
Nope, safety first.
Safety first.
Has it really been warm all week? I haven't been here. So.
Yeah, it's been like
Yeah.
60s.
That's
like,
awesome.
Oh, I
Beautiful
saw a
weather.
picture of you. You go running or something?
I
So
went
cute.
running down. I try to run every day, but then I eat.
He has
and
boiled
ruins
egg
it
for
all.
breakfast, you know.
Wait, hold on. Let's finish with a Boylan first. So what else did you do? You just rode a lot?
Are you a doodle on a motorcycle?
I am kind of like a doodle on a motorcycle. I'm not as good looking as she is, but
It's all in the eye of the beholder, Tim.
I guess
Yeah.
some beholder deems me a doodle on a motorcycle. I guess
I mean, you are married, so there was a person,
somebody, something.
something. Well, good. It's good that you're getting some miles under your belt.
What were you up to this week?
Yeah, I was in Atlanta this week for day job stuff, and then I had a last minute change of schedule and had to fly down to Orlando to go to Cocoa Beach for a photo shoot. So
Of you?
Bikini contest?
I'm in the photos. Yes, bikini contest.
Do you have behind the scene of these photos?
I have a few pictures.
Hook it up.
that I'll share.
we have to post those online.
And so my normal attire is all black.
I like the deflection.
Black on black, and my team made me wear color.
Ooh,
Yeah,
We
I had to
definitely
wear
need to
a
see
white
this photo.
shirt, and I had to wear a blue blazer,
very
and
controversial.
it killed my soul a little bit. But
Says the guy who wore gold to
I
A
mean,
company
that
event.
was
Yeah, seriously.
It was an
Sport
act. It was part of an act. This is I'm being me in these photos, and yeah, so that was kind of a tough pill to swallow, but whatever, it'll be fun. But Cocoa Beach is beautiful. The weather was phenomenal. I went for a sunrise run on the beach or next to the beach, and I shared a picture on my Facebook. But it was beautiful, and so that was a quick trip. We got in at like 11:30 at night, did the photo shoot at 9 in the morning, and then I was back at the airport. Got home last night around 6 o'clock or so. So, yeah, it's been a crazy week. So I was in beautiful weather as well. So I'm glad that you all got to enjoy some nice rays with me, even though we were hundreds of miles apart. All right, so last weekend was the Oscars.
Speaking of drama, okay.
We'll get right back to this. Okay. Yes.
Right, unfolding
Speaking
drama.
of unfolding drama, the 96th Academy Awards was last Sunday, March 10th. This is March, what is it today? March 16th? And
No, today is the 8th.
Oh, today is the 15th of March. All right, so this week's topic?
At 2?
The 96th Academy Awards. Let's get to it.
Before we get to the 96 Academy Awards, I gotta tell you, I'm very excited to see who they're gonna get to host the 100th Academy Awards. I feel like the producers really need to do it up for the 100th one.
Hopefully they don't get somebody who is 100.
You know, if I were them, I would get a rotating group of great Oscar hosts in the past and do a group hosting gig.
That's not a bad idea.
You bring the Billy Crystals of the world back, you know?
I like that idea. It's like when Saturday Night Live, they have the, what is it, the five-timer club or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, you get Kimmel, Crystal. Did Neil Patrick Harris, or was that the Tony Awards?
I think it's more Tony.
Yeah, that was probably Tony Awards.
But, I mean, like this year they did something really neat. I think you say you didn't watch it, but for a lot of the awards, they got the previous winners to come out together to say something nice about the nominees. So
that's cool.
Let's say five nominees. That means they go back and five previous. So it's almost like welcome them into the club kind of situation.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which I thought was really neat.
So, surprised or not, Oscars were handed out this year. And I think we're going to go to the very beginning. Although, I wish the Academy website had these in order of announcement versus random orders. So I guess we can just kind of take it from the top.
We'll just talk about
Oppenheimer won big. We know that.
Yeah, Oppenheimer won big, which was probably one of the most boring movies I'd seen this year.
You're boring.
I'm so bored. I fell asleep during it.
And you knew that was gonna.
Yeah.
That's a bait.
No, and that's why I don't like the Oscars, because it's not.
Well, I mean, look, you can look at like the.
I mean, it's like they're going to have Ghostbusters as like an Academy Award.
Well, they wouldn't get a
poor
award
old Bradley Cooper tried his darndest to make like an Oscar bait. Walked away with nothing.
And did you guys see that movie, Maestro?
No.
Snore.
Yeah, well.
But I don't sleep on airplanes. That put me to sleep on an airplane. Like, it was boring. But there were some really interesting creative choices. And I didn't know anything about Leonard Bernstein. And I'm a theater geek, and I knew a couple of his pieces. But, I wasn't a fan of any. Okay, so let's see. The nominees were Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer, who obviously won.
Cillian Murphy.
I thought it was Cillian.
Nope.
I thought it was Cillian.
It's Cillian.
Cillian.
Killian.
Okay.
Be more culturally sensitive.
Sorry, Mr. Cillian Murphy.
Sorry, Mr. Murphy. I love you, even though Pizzuto doesn't.
I do not like Cillian Murphy.
Or he didn't like his film, I should say.
But he likes
Cillian
Murphy.
Do you like
Right,
Cillian Murphy?
right.
Cillian Murphy's okay. Cillian Murphy, he's a punk.
Did you not watch
Such a
Peaky
punk.
Blinders?
I did not. No.
You're gonna love
But
him.
big fan of what was it? 28
23
weeks.
28
weeks.
28 weeks.
There's another. Is it 28 or 23?
28 days.
There's 28 days.
28 days later. And then 28 weeks.
There's one coming out that's 28 years later.
Oh, okay.
They both
So
have horror
part
films?
4.
They're all horror films. Yeah,
I,
it's a
I
zombie
saw
apocalypse.
28 days at Tribeca.
Nice.
And I think he was there, or someone
Yeah.
from the cast, maybe the director was there and
Nice.
talked about it afterwards. But everyone was like, wow, this is really good.
It was a good movie.
was a great
The
film.
most exciting person I've ever met at Tribeca, Aquafina.
Oh my god!
dope.
I can't
No,
stand
hold on.
her.
Aquafina before Aquafina was Aquafina.
Oh really? What was she there for?
When she was still rapping Aquafina.
Oh my god!
And rapping Aquafina rocks.
Really?
Have you not heard
really
of her
good.
music?
No.
Pizzuto,
I find her
Not
to
for
be
kids.
so.
Kids.
No,
Don't
go
look it
back and look at her music videos.
Okay.
Early days.
Okay. All right.
I thought you were going to say Jason Momoa.
Okay. Moving along.
Well, what else happened? Hayao Miyazaki won.
Yes. Our beloved.
I still have yet to see that movie. I'm very bummed out, and I don't know when I'm ever going to get able to see
Godzilla
that
minus
movie.
one.
What's
That's what you're
the-
looking for? No.
All right, so
Damn,
let's
what's the
do this.
production house?
I'm gonna go through
Studio
the
Ghibli.
category.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the nominees and the winner, and then share your reactions.
Yeah.
All right. So actor in a leading role: Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, who won.
Five
Bradley.
disco balls.
All right, focus.
Where are you not armored? Bradley Cooper for Maestro. Coleman Domingo for Rustin. Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. Excellent. And Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. Discuss.
You didn't like American Fiction.
You know, it's not that I didn't like it. I didn't find it very. It was interesting. It was a fine movie.
I think it's a move. So first off, like Court Jefferson doing his circuit of Oscar circuit. Love the guy, and I love how it's a small budget film. That's what it is. And I do think that in this world of, and I think when he was on stage, he said something like, "Look, Oscar, instead of the film industry, instead of looking at $200 million movies, do $10 million movie, or whatever, $20 million movies." Like, I love that. And then so I think that especially in the Academy Awards, when members voting for one another, right? Like, they probably all have a little bit of we're gonna give it to this guy right here. And Jeffrey Wright just sounds like a wonderful person.
Well, so the Oscars is all political. Like, they take bribes. Like, you actors, producers, directors, you get wined and dined if you're a member of the Academy. You are lobbying for. It's like a lobbying group lobbying Congress to pass a bill or not pass a bill. That's what the Oscars is like, which is why it is such a farce when it comes to awarding entertainment professionals. And it's become this thing that you aspire to be because there's so much attached to it, and your pay raise goes up and stuff like that. But there are much better award programs out there where it's not as biased necessarily as the Oscars. Anyway, sorry, that's my rant on the Oscars. I'm not going to rant on it anymore. So, do you believe Oppenheimer, Cillian Murphy deserved the win?
Whoa, you just got
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who are the other nominees?
Bradley Cooper, Coleman Domingo, Paul Giamatti, and Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I think.
See, I love Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers. I thought that movie was excellent. I thought he was wonderful. I didn't think Cillian Murphy, there was anything special about him. I mean, Bradley Cooper at
I
least
think you need
was.
to understand Oppenheimer as a person and a character, right?
Explain it to me.
So
All right, moving on to actor in a supporting role.
Let's keep it light. This is not a film class dissertation.
All right, so
first of all, I'm probably maybe a little bit biased because I do like World War II history. So I kind of was like, all right, this is probably going to be a film that interests me, number one. But Christopher Nolan does awesome. There's not a Christopher Nolan film that I don't know that I dislike. Right? Inception was good. I loved all the Batmans. He does a great job of kind of using practical effects instead of CGI, which is something else I like. I think this was the first film that was filmed in some kind of special IMAX, and the whole black and white thing was also cool. So,
But all that weight doesn't matter on the acting prowess of Cillian. You know what I mean? Like, you can put the best actor in the world in there.
I think I think that the one thing I was very impressed by acting wise, when you're talking about, and I don't know what camera Christopher Nolan shoots on these things, but when you're slamming a giant camera this close to your face and filming all that, there are moments in the movie where I go, whoa, that's some legit close-up acting right there, and that was really cool, right? And so. I mean, I don't know how people look for these things, but for me, as a regular movie watcher, I thought that was really cool.
I mean, you train to act for the camera, and so you train to, it's not on stage.
But it's still
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything special about it. Again, that's just me.
Crazy definition, every pore.
Well, no. So, there's a difference between the quality of the output. So, hold on. Are you talking about the person acting or the technology?
I'm talking about the person that.
What does that have to do with their pores?
No, you see everything.
I get it. Okay. I see where you're going. I'm picking together what you're putting together there.
I think Oppenheimer as a person was just a very conflicted person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not only during the time that he was working on the Manhattan Project, but post, you know, dropping of the nuclear bomb. Mostly because I think he felt, and this is very evident in the film, that he felt that he was responsible for, you know, killing all these people, which
Yeah.
kind of weighed heavy on his soul.
Sure.
Like I said, I think Cillian Murphy did a good job portraying a lot of that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think Coleman Domingo did a phenomenal job playing Rustin. I think he acted circles around Cillian Murphy. Same with Jeffrey Wright. As much as I wasn't a huge fan of American Fiction, I feel like they brought way more. They acted circles around Cillian Murphy, I think, and either one of those would be better suited. Bradley Cooper was fine, but he was being a caricature of a famous person, and I think it's always hard when you're playing all of these people except for Jeffrey Wright and Paul Giamatti. We're playing existing humans, and that's always a challenge.
I also think that these awards, there's always a little bit of like, well, it's his time.
Well, that goes back to the politics.
Exactly,
politics
that's the
of it.
politics.
Yeah, yeah.
And how many dinners did Christopher Nolan and the production team of Oppenheimer take
Yeah.
every single one of those members out to? So,
All
right.
right. What else?
actor in a supporting role: Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer, winner. Nominees: Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon, Ryan Gosling, Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Bless you. Robert Downey Jr. deserve the win. I thought he was actually better than Cillian Murphy as well. And I have nothing against
You have
Cillian
something
Murphy.
to- you didn't even bother learning his name.
you are anti.
So I was up for the role of Oppenheimer, and he beat me for it. And now I will always
You just don't like the guy.
throw swag or
just
throw
don't like the guy.
shade. So Sterling K. Brown, it was fine. Robert De Niro. I feel like Robert De Niro is so interesting because he spent his entire career playing Robert De
same
Niro, and so it was at least
Because
interesting to
he's
hear.
playing the same guy, being directed by the same guy.
Well, yeah, exactly. But hearing Robert De Niro play Robert De Niro with a Southern accent, now that was interesting. Ryan Gosling, he was entertaining, Oscar-worthy. I don't know. Mark Ruffalo, he was okay. Poor Things. Yeah, none of these were really inspiring to me. Thoughts?
I did like the other one other than Oppenheimer. I did like was the Killers of the Flower Moon, mostly because I like movies that are more focused on things that actually happened.
Okay, tell me about the actor though.
I think Tim likes the story.
I'm more biased towards the story. That's why I
All right,
kind of gravitate towards De Niro, or would gravitate
okay.
towards Downey Jr.
Interesting. Okay, got it. So you don't care how they acted. If you like the overarching story, you would go in their direction.
Yeah, I mean, I think that does
So-
play a role in it, does it not? No.
No. Well, no. I mean, yeah, the story is part of it, but this is about the actor, not the story. That's the best picture category. So Robert De Niro versus Leonardo DiCaprio in Killers of the Flower Moon. Who should have been the supporting role nominee? If you're only caring about the story, which one did you prefer? So you think between Robert De Niro and Leo?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thoughts from you gentlemen on the actor category, actor in a supporting role? You're fine with
It's fine. I mean, they're all
okay.
okay.
Best episode ever.
I'm in the same school of thought that Eric is. Is like there is a lot of politics, and you as well. There are a lot of politics involved behind this and this thing.
Yeah.
So and to Tim's point, the overarching story. Did I like the film? Did I think they portrayed what they were supposed to portray? Like I kind of side with that more than anything else.
I think that is the reason why I tend to gravitate to a more like the earlier awards in the night, like maybe some of the more boring technical
achievements,
or
yeah.
actually the more like niche, like shorts, documentary, like these kind of things that people don't pay. Like maybe there's actually not a whole lot of politics around those because they just don't have the money to do the political thing. And to me, those are fun. Like
What do they do? They do the
Governor's Ball.
the science award like a day before or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The science and technology.
That's the
one.
Emmys. They do it a week before.
Right. Like
Achievement in Science and Technology.
right. Those are a lot more interesting to us because we're geeks. Like we're not as theater geeky as you are, but I like the technical prowess. Like went to Disney recently, and they had this little Disney exposition about like the multi-layered camera thing, where they had like all the frames, they shooting down on them, all the different plates, and how it made a scene look three-dimensional.
Oh,
Stuff
yeah.
like that.
That's
Like
cool.
my kids were infatuated with that. Like they didn't care about who were the actors and this and that. They were like, "Wow, that's how you make that scene." And like I think that's where I lie on that.
Yeah. Okay. So no commentary on actor in supporting role. Actress in a leading role. Winner Emma Stone in Poor Things, which I 100% agree with. I thought she was phenomenal in that. Nominees Annette Bening in Naiad, Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Weller in Anatomy of a Fall, and Carey Mulligan in Maestro.
I think people were surprised by Emma Stone.
Yeah.
I don't know, but seems like she's a bit of a Hollywood darling. So go back to the politics again. Well, I think that's how she won.
But you know, that's interesting because you also made a comment about it's their time. You know, Lily Gladstone would have been the first Native American woman
Yeah, but
to win.
you know how people might think like, well, maybe later on down the line, she can have another role kind of situation.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, just even being nominated ups your cred too.
Yeah.
No, I thought. Did you guys see Poor Things?
No, now I have to. No.
Guys,
Yeah,
it
now I
is
have
a wonderful movie. It's in the vein of like the old Terry Gilliam movies. Like, I mean, that's what I got the vibe of, like Time Bandits or Baron Munchausen or any of the
Brazil,
Monty.
yeah.
Like very like weird production design, but really great story, really great messaging. In terms of like in the vein of empowerment and women's empowerment, and but she was great. I'm glad she won it. I was tossed up between her and Lily Gladstone. I thought Annette Bening was wonderful. Naiad was a great movie. I think it was one of my What You Watchins earlier on in our podcast journey. And Carey Mulligan was fine. I know there was some weird stuff about her casting, playing a Cuban American in this film, but I thought she did a great job.
Cool. Toots. I think you know what my answer's going to be.
Okay. Oppenheimer. Okay. Actress in a supporting role. Divine Joy Randolph from The Holdovers. Fellow Owl, by the way. Go Tempo. Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer. I feel like she was barely in Oppenheimer. Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple. America Ferrera in Barbie. And Jodie Foster in Naiad.
Just anti-Cillian Murphy.
I'm...
You're just anti-Cillian Murphy.
Look, I love Emily Blunt, but like she sits in the bench on the back of the thing the whole time and says maybe like 10 lines. How do you get a supporting role nominee out of that?
Politics.
Exactly, politics. All right, so Divine Joy Randolph was the winner. Did you guys see The Holdovers?
Nope.
Okay, this is gonna be the dumbest episode we've
That's
done.
why we keep going, man. Go to the bottom ones.
Right, yeah, go to the bottom one.
Go to the movies we have actually seen.
Oh my
Right.
god!
Toy Story 4.
I
Have you
wouldn't
seen
go-
it? Yes.
I wouldn't go past it.
All right, Best Picture, with its 600 nominees. Oppenheimer was the winner, of course. The nominees were American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of
Oh,
Interest.
yeah. Actually, let me jump in here for a second. Talk
Please.
about the injustice to my fellow Asian Americans. I mean, zero reference of past lives in the entire like show.
Beep.
Zero reference. Zero reference. Zero reference. And then Pacino get on stage, and then Pacino's like, "Oh, here's the winner," right? And then so it is somewhat upsetting to see this whole thing and just go like, what the hell happened with this telecast?
I mean, to Tim's point is like, maybe we shouldn't bring a 100-year-old person to host the 100th Academy Awards. You know, that's one of the controversial things that came out of the Academy Awards is like he didn't even bother reading the list. He just went, he opened the envelope and it was like Oppenheimer, and we're all like, what?
I
Is
thought it
he
was like-
starting to read the list? What's going
What
on
is that
here?
thing? Moonlight? I thought that was like a Moonlight moment.
Yeah,
But no, he said the producer asked him to do that.
it was a long list.
Yeah.
I don't. It typically isn't that long, right?
For Best Picture?
Yeah.
Isn't it like 4 or 5 films? This is like 8.
I feel like the last few years it's been a lot. So this doesn't actually shock me.
No, there's so
But
many.
it's
That's what.
oh, excuse me. It's typically the actors. It's only like 4 or 5 though.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Oppenheimer deserving. I know what you're going to say. Deserving of the win.
I can only say that I liked the film.
Mm-hmm.
I did not fall asleep during it. I have not seen all the other ones to say truthfully. It should have been Oppenheimer. But we're talking about politics aside, right?
Yeah.
Everyone that's putting their effort into these films, like they're deserving of the recognition. To Eric's point, they should be on these lists, right? We got into a little bit more thorough debate with the actors, but they are all Academy Award nominees. They deserve that title. Were they winners? No, obviously. You can only have one winner. But it's a hard decision to make. And I'm not jealous of that whole thing. Or envious. It's like it really is a hard decision. You're talking about a caliber that most people don't ever get to. Like winning the Super Bowl or something, to use a sport analogy.
Yeah. And I kind of disagree. I don't think it's a hard decision. I think, and again, I'm so anti-Oscars. It's all politics. It's who got wined and dined the most by what production is going to get my vote. That's the Oscars.
I agree with you, but I can translate that to the SAG Awards. I could translate that to the Tonys, to the whatever. Like any award ceremony, like anybody that's in those categories, generally, right? I know there's probably been like shocks in the past. But generally, whoever gets to that nominated status, those are typically very good films, or productions, or whatever whatever the case, and depending on the award. So I think looking at the lists, 100%, everybody's deserving of the nod, at least.
It's like the greatest athlete of all time said.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
No, if you're not first, you're last.
NASCAR's not athletes, but okay.
Ricky Bobby is an American treasure.
You're an American.
Talladega
You're a
Nights.
special boy,
Yeah.
Tim. You're a special boy. Okay. All right. Any other thoughts on the 96th Academy Awards?
But what?
Any other lack of opinions?
Godzilla winning.
Godzilla won Best
Godzilla
Visual
won.
Effects.
Come
Yep.
on, man.
Nope, that was
That's
nice.
the only exciting part of the whole night. And their little claws on their shoes.
Yes, that was super cute.
And
that
the
was
little golden
super
Godzilla
The
with
little golden
bow tie.
Godzilla. Yep, that was great.
Yeah.
Look,
I
I was excited about Hayao Miyazaki and Godzilla.
Yeah. Studio Ghibli definitely deserves, their nods as well, because they're always that caliber of entertainment. For me, the Oscars, I understand your point, but for me, the Oscars, none of that, right? I don't really care about the nominations and who wins and this and everything. It's the funny bits, right? We talked about John Cena, or we're going to talk about John Cena, depending how this is edited.
Yep.
That was a funny moment, and it very perfectly, timed joke. Like, put them out on the stage naked and talk about costumes and how important costumes are. I'm like, that was done very well.
Yep.
The thing that I absolutely love the most of the Oscars is the walking of the red carpet, and specifically Guillermo.
Taking shots?
Guillermo inviting actors and actresses to take shots with him.
He does it.
And for those of you who aren't close to him, who's Guillermo?
I don't even know his last name. From the Jimmy Kimmel
Oh,
Show.
Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel. Well, that's what I thought. I was like, Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. Guillermo from Jimmy
No,
Kimmel.
Guillermo. Okay, got
Okay,
it.
next year
the
let's
stage
do Guillermo
manager.
del Toro.
Or no,
Yeah.
the security guard.
He's a security guard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if his title's still official security guard, because he's definitely part of the show. But
Wait, did you see he did a skit too with The Rock? I know, circle back to The Rock.
no,
So there's like a whole thing where the morning after for Guillermo.
yeah.
So basically, The Rock was coming on the show for the next day for the Jimmy Kimmel show, and the next day Guillermo woke up because Guillermo's very drunk, and so The Rock came to pick him up to wake him up.
Okay.
And they had like a self-care day. And basically, I think they're using that to kind of promote The Rock's new cosmetic line that's coming out. Skincare brand?
What?
Yeah, I know. It's a whole thing. But
Why?
anyway, so there's a cute little video of
Cool.
Guillermo and The Rock hanging out at
Yeah.
a spa.
So
Amazing.
those are the things I get out of the Oscars, and I hate sitting, and I don't sit through the entire 2, 3, 4 hours. I don't even know how long it is. That's why. Like,
Well, this year they made it shorter, I think, and they also made it start earlier.
okay, so yeah, but I just don't bother sitting it because I just want to see these little funny bits, throughout the entire thing, the lightheartedness of the Oscars, or the jokes, or the controversial things.
John Mulaney did a bit where everyone loved.
What was that?
Well, because first off, everyone's always like a nice redemption arc, and that guy's going through a bit of a redemption arc right now. And he just did a whole bit where he talked really fast about Field of Dreams. And actually, you should check it out because I really truly loved that little bit. Like after he delivered that, everyone's like, "Oh my god, invite him back to host next year."
Okay, so yeah, it could be a setup. But again, those are the things I like hearing about the Oscars. Right?
Yeah.
Were there any moments like we did talk about Pacino briefly, skipping over everybody? Like that was controversial.
Yeah, but they tried to make it safe, like hiring Jimmy Kimmel was to make it safe.
Yeah. The which one was it? Billie Eilish winning, being a double Oscar winner under the age of something. She broke a record.
I think it's really nice, by the way, her and her brother doing these
Yeah.
things together. I really like seeing that every time they win something.
Like, so that's the stuff I like about that. I don't really care about the list.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I have some YouTubing to do to catch up on the good bits of the Oscars
Yeah.
and not get distracted
I
by
recommend checking out the Mulaney bit.
the politics that have
So
made
Guillermo
me
was
so
actually
angry.
the parking lot security guard.
Parking lot security
He was the
guard.
parking lot security guard for the Jimmy Kimmel Live show.
That's hysterical. Thank you, Guillermo. All right, that it? All right, can I wrap up the podcast now?
Yes.
Right. All right. Thanks, boys, for sharing your thoughts and opinions on the 96th Annual Academy Awards. What did you all think? Let us know on our socials. Follow us at Geeky A Go-Go and share your thoughts on the Oscars. Are they crooked? Is it all politics, or are they not? Who should have won? Who do you think should have won? Did the winners deserve their wins and the nominees deserve their nominee status? Yeah, sure, why not? Want swag? Want to connect with us on a higher level? Well, head on over to patreon.com/geekyagogo and support the show. You'll get awesome swag and other perks. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're following the show on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review. Thanks so much for listening, and you stay geeky, Internet.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.